What's good, folks? It's KnightmareFrame here with a new Warframe video coming at you with awesome Ivara builds that you should definitely try out. Playing Ivara is another incentive to always go for headshots. You take your time being slow and steady. That's why I don't play her much, but I do respect people that enjoy and main her. Her prowl gives her permanent visibility as long as she has energy. She also gains a bonus loot chance. Also, what people don't really look into much is that she has bonus headshot damage multiplier while in prowl, which scales off power strength. Also, sprinting, sliding, and bullet jumping will break cloak completely. However, alarming weapons will decloak you for a brief moment and put you back. So this is why you always have to watch your movements and be smart about your weapon loadouts when going into missions. So as we move on to the build section, and to use all the builds, you would need 6 formas, 5 normal, and 1 aura. But then again, you can tweak them to your own playstyle. The first build will be using the Concentrated Arrow Augment. This is the 4th ability augment. This changes Artemis's bow's arrows into one single arrow that gains 50% crit chance on headshots and explodes on headshot contact, dealing blast and forced impact. Explosion damage scales of power and explosion radius from range. So taking a look at the build, I have Corrosive Projection in the aura for the 30% armor strip, and Vigilante Pursuit for the 30-meter enemy radar and part of the Vigilante set, giving increased crits on primaries. I have Max Efficiency with a rank 4 Fleeting Expertise and Streamline, Primed Continuity to counteract the negative duration from fleeting and help the drain. Prowl will drain 0.25 energy per second, and Artemis Bow will drain 12.5 energy per shots. Prime Flow for the juicy energy pool, as I'll be using my quiver abilities along with Artemis Bow and Prowl. Stretch to increase the range of the explosions, Sleep, and Noise Arrow. To be honest, I found using the Redeemer Prime to be a better noise arrow. The 2 Umbral mods for the power strength. To be honest, you don't need the health, but I wanted the power strength for the damage and headshot multiplier without the loss of duration, as the pickpocket speed from Prowl is affected by duration. The more you have, the faster you steal. And of course, the augment, Concentrated Arrow. Now, another good augment to have with Ivara is the Empowered Quiver. This grants allies standing on the dash wire arrow increased crit damage, and Cloak Arrow has a 100% chance to prevent status effects. And you can have a similar build to the first one, but plays like a hybrid build. The aura can be whatever you want, and you replace Umbral Vitality with Empowered Quiver, so that can help you do a lot of damage. The dash wire doesn't scale off duration, so it will remain indefinitely. For the Artemis Bow, I have your go-to viral and hunter munitions combo. It shreds and annihilates everything. The number of arrows scale from multi-shot, but since I'm using the augment, you will have 1 regardless. Vigilante armaments for the multi-shot and increase crits with the set. And to take the crits even further, I'll be using a stat stick with more Vigilante mods, so you can equip this on any primary Sentinel weapon for the boost. Alright, now for those who don't know, Grindhard Squad did a pretty interesting synergy with his recent Ivara video, using the Redeemer and Empowered Quiver. I suggest you to check it out as well, but this is my version of this build, with a few tweaks here and there. Aura is Swift Momentum for the 6 seconds of combo duration, Vigilante Pursuit for the enemy radar, and Vigilante Set bonus, Streamline and Flow for the efficiency and energy. Since I won't be using Artemis Bow on this build, I don't need max efficiency. Power strength at 234% with the 2 Umbral mods, Transient Fortitude and Augur Secrets, giving me 233% crit damage on Dashwire, Constitution to balance out the duration and drain, and finally the augments. I have Arcane Strike to increase attack speed by 40% when dealing damage, which goes well with Redeemer. Taking a look at the Redeemer, I have Condition Overload for the 120% damage per status on a target, Blood Rush for the 60% crit chance per combo, Berserker for the attack speed when critting, Prime Fever Strike and Shocking Touch for corrosive, Molten Impact for heats. As you know, corrosive heat is a deadly combo nowadays. These are raw elements with no status chance, so I'll be using Weeping Wounds to increase my status chance by 40% per combo, and with a base status chance of 30%, I'll be easily reaching over 100%. And finally, Organ Shatter for the crit damage. For a bigger damage multiplier, you can take a Helios with Detect Vulnerability. It'll be your go-to Sentinel build with the Helios Augment, giving you that 275% damage multipliers on the highlighted areas. Pair that up with Prowl's headshot multiplier, you're just gonna annihilate everything. And in the Deconstructor, it will be your melee sentinel weapon. I'll be using gladiator mods for the increased crit chance when building up combos. That's a multiplicative buff with Blood Rush, taking you into red crit territory. But there is a bug where you end up losing the gladiator set effect completely when trying to build up your combo counter once you've lost it. Also, if you go in and out of your operator and simply rezzing from being dead. Hopefully they patch this soon. Alright. And you know me, I can never go through an Ivara build without doing an Eidolon setup. Now for those thinking I'll do a Kastanas and Navigator, heck no, get out of here. I will use her amazing Artemis bow to take down the Xenovias. In the aura I have Sprint Boost. This is needed because of the Arcwing changes. Combine this with Wisp's Haste Mote, Hyperion Thrusters, and you're golden. Taking a look at the build, it's not something you'll see on an Ivara. So Vigilante Pursuit for the enemy radar, and the Vigilante set bonus, very helpful spotting the Vomvalists. I have 2 Umbral mods, Blind Rage, Power Drift, and Augur Secrets for the power strength, Fleeting Expertise, and Streamline to bring up the efficiency as we tend to lose out from Blind Rage. And finally, Natural Talent. This allows me to quickly go into my Artemis bow to be ready to fire. With 293% power strength, I get a 2.17 times headshot damage multiplier on Prowl. This is useful when you're doing the cap shot, basically the final headshot phase. Combine this with Volt's shields and it's a one-shot regardless of Harrow's buff. The only time Artemis bow suffers is during the water spawn. Projectile weapons suffer hard during water spawns, so the best way to compensate for this is to use a hard-hitting sniper like the Rubico Prime, and then proceed with your Artemis bow for the other Xenovias. And I'll be modding the Artemis bow differently from the other build. Since power strength and equip mods increase your damage, I'll be heavily modding it for damage, crit, and power strength. So it's your go-to rifle build with radiation and heavy caliber, taking my radiation damage to 13,599 damage, easily one-shotting the Xenovias. And I'll just be using a normal Sentinel with the Vigilante mods to increase the crits. If you have no idea what I'm talking about or want to know more about Eidolons, do check out my Ultimate Eidolon Hunting Guide series to get you started on the hunts. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, Ivara Prime and her sexy builds. This has been it from me. I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to leave a like, share, and subscribe. For more Warframe content, streams, and so much more, do refer to the description. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.